Even though winter is coming to an end, at least in some parts of the country, I know where I live in rural Pennsylvania, we can get snow as late as May. But I kind of wanted to talk about which fragrances I reached for the most often. Which perfumes did I wear every day? And by every day, I mean that it is a versatile fragrance. You could kind of wear it anywhere. There's not one single note that stands out. It's not too unique. It's not too ostentatious. There's nothing making it fancy. And the price is right. You know, if it's something you're going to be spritzing every day, it can't be too expensive because then you'll go broke. So I'm still kind of new. I've only been doing this about a year. My perfumes are organized by season, so each quadrant is a season. And up here is the winter season, and it is also the most empty. It is the least filled up, although fall is pretty empty too. Spring and summer, I'm good. But regardless, I'm going to pull out the things that I wore every day. Almost every day. Britney Spears Fantasy is good. The price is good. It is not too expensive. You can get this for pretty cheap on pretty much anywhere. It's sweet. You know, sweet gourmands are usually good for wintertime because even though they're a little bit syrupy, it's just better for the cold weather. You know, if you were to wear something like this in the hot weather, it would probably smell a little bit rancid, or it would just be too much. So I think this is great for winter, especially like parties. Like I wore this on New Year's Eve. It's got that little bit of fruitiness, so it is fresh. There is like freshness and brightness to it with that kiwi in the top. But then it's got like the white chocolate and the cupcake, and it's not too strong. I guess you get what you pay for, but I think that is one of the things that makes it a good everyday fragrance. It's not too powerful. You know, you're not trying to be the star when you wear this. You're not trying to demand attention. It's just something you wear every day. Just an everyday thing. It's fruity, it's fresh, but then it gets more sweet and cozy in the dry down, and I think this is just great for like winter daytime. Nothing fancy going on, you just want to smell good. Ariana Grande R.E.M, just a travel size for me because I'm broke, couldn't afford the whole thing. I got this because people were saying it was similar to Replica Coffee Break, and I really do love Coffee Break. It's really cozy, really creamy. I used to not be a huge fan of lavender because I always associated lavender with an almost like citrusy, lemon balmy smell. I feel like almost all the times I ever smelled lavender, it was in a combination of something citrusy, and Coffee Break is not like that at all. This lavender was bordering more on that slightly citrus balmy type of lavender. It was there are moments where I smell this and it almost smells like a masculine, like fresh men's cologne, but it's not the whole thing. This is still very sweet, very creamy, very you know, fluffy. This is a pretty good dupe for Coffee Break, but it is sweeter and somehow more wintry in my brain. I don't know. But I found myself reaching for this one a lot. It is a gourmand, it is really sweet, but it has a little hint of salt, and I think that lavender just gives you a little tiny weeny bit of freshness so you don't feel too syrupy. And on the topic of Ariana Grande, there is also Cloud. I think everybody knows as much as they need to know about Cloud, especially using it as a dupe for Baccarat Rouge. I don't use it for that reason. I just like it because it's not super expensive, it's not too obtrusive, it's just kind of light and fluffy and, you know, sweet, and it is a good, to me, this is a good everyday smell. It doesn't break the bank, and you don't feel like you have to save this for a special occasion. This is more coconutty than any of my other winter fragrances. I don't know, it reminds me of like ice cream. When people compare Baccarat Rouge and this, I feel like Baccarat Rouge is like warmer, earthier, almost like a warm apple pie, and this is the ice cream that you put on top, like an a la mode kind of thing. but again, doesn't last super long, not the strongest sillage, but that's probably, as I said, a good thing if you're going for something that's just every day, not demanding attention, not going on a fancy date or going to a party where you have to make an impression, just for yourself. This is just for yourself, I think. People have strong feelings about pink sugar. People either love it or hate it. It is strong. I would say in terms of how much it projects and how much it offends your sinuses, this is probably the best bang for your buck. It's strong. It lasts quite a while considering it's not super expensive. This was an everyday fragrance for everybody when I was in college, especially my roommate. I would steal little spritzes from her pink sugar. And I usually don't like licorice, but I feel like there is a slight licorice note that kind of balances out all that sweet syrupiness. I feel like this is very sweet, very cotton candy, and you do need something kind of like bitter to like rein it in to keep it from being too nauseatingly sugary. So I feel like you can't really go wrong with this, but you only need like 1 or 2 sprays. I would not suggest doing like 5 or 6. You might choke somebody out. Elie Saab Girl of Now. I just got this. I just bought this, and I don't even like Girl of Now that much. It's not even like one of my favorites, but you can get a big bottle at a decent price. This is a tester bottle, did not break the bank. And I feel like this is a good, safe, go-to, everyday winter gourmand perfume. If you like nutty smells, this is very like almondy, pistachio-y. I wish it was more pistachio-y. And as I said, it's not my favorite. I'm not gonna put this on to wow somebody, but this is just a good, safe, everyday, pleasant, inoffensive, versatile, great for winter, great for the wallet, great for just smelling good on your own. I think there is a little bit of, what is it, like pear or mandarin in the top notes. So it's not too nutty and sweet right off the bat. It does give you a little burst of freshness before it dries down. But I had a tiny sample of it and I reached for that the most. I was like, wow, you know, this is like nutty and cozy. And it just kind of checks all the boxes for me. Cozy, nutty with that little bit of fruit in the beginning. Britney Spears Fantasy is great, but a little bit cupcakey and doesn't last too long. I feel like this lasts a lot longer than anything else, maybe with the exception of pink sugar, but pink sugar can also be a lot. So pink sugar is probably at the top with like how extreme and strong it is. That it's a tiny bit too much. This probably comes in right below that. It's a lot, everybody can smell you, but they're not choking when they smell you. And then I would say R.E.M. and Cloud are kind of tied for 3rd place, and Fantasy is probably the weakest and most unobtrusive of them all. This is probably top 1 for me. You know, as I said, I went and got a whole bottle. I went through that sample so quickly, and I was like, damn, that was such a good everyday perfume. I wish I could get a big bottle. And then when I saw that you could get this big-ass bottle, a tester, granted, so no fancy box, but you could get this big-ass bottle for not that much money. My honorable mention is Replica by the Fireplace. I really do like this one, but I can't say it's good for every day because it is so unique. It is weird. Maybe where I live, where we're burning our garbage in the burn barrel every day, or my husband was trying to boil maple sap and turn it into maple syrup outside in the fire pit. So maybe where I live, where everybody's burning stuff outside all the time, this would be an everyday scent, but you don't typically smell like fire every day, you know? I know there is like a pink pepper or a nutmeg in here, and I usually don't like those smells, but it's somehow almost giving me like a dirty, like burnt coal, charcoal. Like it smells like a very, very burnt marshmallow. So honorable mention, but as I said, the price is not friendly for every day. At least not for me, because I'm a broke bitch. And it is a little bit too specific. You know, this isn't like an everyday jam for most people. So I know a lot of people are probably seeing this little like travel size Angel. This was from years ago too. This might be like original formula before L'Oreal bought them. I know a lot of you are probably seeing Angel, wondering why I haven't mentioned Angel. This is a lot of people's signature scent. I hate it. I'm sorry, I hate it. I learned recently that there is an ingredient called ethyl maltol, which is also in La Vie est Belle, which I also cannot stand. I always thought that it was the combination of patchouli with dark fruits. Okay, I can do patchouli, I can fuck with patchouli, but it has to be balanced with something lighter. For example, Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. A lot of people say, why do they call it Flower Bomb? It's just patchouli bomb. But I find that Flower Bomb is much more balanced. I think there's like a citrus in there or a tea. So it is patchouli, but it's much lighter. This is patchouli, but it's dark, heavy, syrupy. I think there's like plum or some kind of dark like cherry or berry or something in here. And it's just so medicinal. It's like a hot mess express. It's like peppery, syrupy cough medicine. Like I actually feel sick in my throat when I wear this. I cannot stand this. So honorable mention for the people that do like it, that do wear this every day, but I cannot stand that. I guess it's the ethyl maltol. I cannot, I get sick. I feel physically sick in my throat when I wear Angel. So this is not every day for me. This is a never day perfume for me. This is maybe if I was outside in the middle of a blizzard so the wind could blow the stink off of me. So I hope that was fun. I hope that gave you something to think about maybe when next winter rolls around and you're wondering what you could grab every day. I'm really excited to get into spring because I have quite the collection of spring. Oh, and summer. I can't wait for summer. I have so many cool, fun, unique summer perfumes that I'm dying to try in the summer heat. And let me know what you think. What are some of your favorite winter gourmands that you reach for every day? I would love to hear it. I would love to fill this quadrant a little more and kind of balance it out. As I said, the winter and the autumn are a little lacking. I would love if they looked as full as my spring and summer. So hit me up in the comments and let me know what some of your favorites are, and I will get some samples and try them for myself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will smell you later.